Hey folks, GDP here, still in Italy, still in Piedmont. Thursday morning, not getting enough sleep, going kind of crazy. Not a whole lot of stuff to report. Just changing my opinion, my view on 2008 Barolo a little bit. It's kind of interesting. These mega tastings I'm going to, 65, 70 wines in the morning. They put a lot of producers in front of me that I wouldn't otherwise have tried. A lot of lesser producers, which gives you a great idea about the vintage. I mean, seriously, every great producer should be able to make great wine in almost every vintage. So having these lesser producers who struggle a little bit more in the vineyard and in the cellars really gives you a clear impression of a vintage, a much clearer and fairer, frankly, impression than going to the 20 top producers. So, what's happening? I'm seeing a lot less intensity in many of these wines. They're certainly fresh. I'm a little confused about the ageability of 2008 Barolo. Some obviously will go the distance, others seem already approachable. It's an interesting vintage so far. I've got two more morning sessions to go through, so I'll have a much better idea at the end of all of this. But right now, I would say 2008, very pretty, very attractive vintage, one that I'm interested in putting in my cellar. I think the wines are really going to be beautiful, elegant, fresh, but not up to the level of, say, a 2001 or a 2006. I think those are the, looking back, those are the real big winners. It's a 2005, but better than a 2005. It's a hypothetical blend between maybe 2005 and 85. I'll get into that in more detail in the future, but that's sort of where I'm at right now. 2007, I've tasted some additional 2007s. Still not doing it for me. Definitely put that at the bottom half of the vintages of the aughts. So that's what's going on there. Had a good visit yesterday at Pira with Chiara Boskis. You have to forgive me, I'm losing my mind, but that's okay. A little vertical tasting, 2001 through 2008. I think we actually had 2009 from Tank. Very attractive wines. She's definitely doing a wonderful job creating a enlightened traditionalist style of wine. There's a little bit of wood there, but it really doesn't stick out. The 05 was very impressive, actually. I thought the 05 today or yesterday, I tasted it yesterday, was the the best wine for the near term. In quality, very close to the 06. Like I said, like I just said, 06, 01, different level. Really, those are powerful, fresh, beautiful, complex wines. Lots going on there. So that's pretty cool. One thing I should point out yesterday, these blind tastings, they're not blind, I'm sorry. These big tastings, mega tastings, a lot of wines get lost. But there are two wines that do stick out. The Prunotto regular Classico bottling stuck out last year, sticks out again this year, actually 2 years ago, I'm sorry. Maybe it was last year, in fact, though. Last year, this year, if you're looking for value in a midterm cellaring Barolo, the Prunotto is doing some great work right now. I think more so on the Classico side than on the Cru side, but definitely a bottling worth checking out. It's delicious. It's a little on the fruity side, but it's fabulous value. Then yesterday I tried the Castello di Verduno Massara 2008 Barolo from Verduno, from a vineyard very close to Monvillero. It was one of the highlights of the tasting yesterday. An absolutely gorgeous wine, one that I would love to revisit. So that's something to look out for. Also tried Paolo Scavino's Brick del Fiasco, which is definitely a lighter style wine this year than in the past. Didn't have a lot of time to sit with it, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but a lighter style wine. And then there was a Monvillero, which of course you might know is one of my favorite vineyards from Paolo Scavino now, which was big, kind of fruity, less elegant than the Brick del Fiasco. This is the first vintage he's released. I think he needs to figure out exactly how to deal with that vineyard. It was interesting, though, and his wines as well seem to be moving in the right direction. So that's all I got right now. I'll be back tomorrow, of course. There's always more to try. And then I'll be back in the States soon, and we'll be tasting wine again, all sorts of things. Next week, I got some crazy tastings lined up. So we'll be taking a look at things like Pinotage and I don't even remember the rest, but there's some funky reds coming up. Perfect, just in time for grilling. So until tomorrow, I think I'll have one more rant from Piedmont for you tomorrow. Drink well,